you guys to start our next video. I've been a user of Milwaukee M12 fuel systems, fuel tools for over 4 years. Since early 2016, my first video went up I think in May 2016 about their impact driver, their half-inch 12-volt Jacobs chuck, rotary drill. It has a hammer feature on it, batteries and bits for that, impact duty bits that Milwaukee made at the time. They're still out. They're so good. A lot of other companies come out with a 12-volt system, but I think Milwaukee's still the best all-arounder. Another manufacturer might suit you if they have different features that you need for your trade, whether you be a carpenter, electrician, HVAC installer, or something like that. So different tools going to be more compatible with different people's line of work. For me, for what I do as an apartment repairman, service manager, superintendent, building superintendent, up north they call me super, 24 years, 24 and a half years, full time. It's been a long time. I really like the M12 system. It works very good for the repairs that I do on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. I have no issues with them. I did have a couple issues with the rotary tools. Those are not fuel, and I have trouble with the PC boards and the control and stuff. Two of them. I have one I bought in 2018 in February. It's over a year old. 2019 in February. I'm sorry. It's about a year and a few months old, and I haven't had a problem with that one yet. So I'm guessing they fixed those issues with that particular rotary tool. Other than that, I haven't had no problems. And I always suggest you buy the fuel brushless motors. I do not suggest you buy the lesser expensive Milwaukee tools without the brushless motors, because they don't tend to hold up nearly half as much as the brushless do. Even if you're going to go for the M18 system or you're going for the wall system, get brushless motors. Okay, they're well worth the extra money, the few extra dollars you pay. I got two tools to show you here. One was kind of surprise. Let me get a screwdriver here. Other than that, in 4 years, I mean, I've killed a lot of tools. And I did kill this one to a degree. It still works. I'll explain to you why I got a new one, okay? After the drills, the next best tool is this one, which is what this review is about. In here is something most people don't use, they don't need, they don't like. I'm a big fan of this. This is their 3/8 inch jaw, 3/8 inch to 1 3/8 of an inch jaw. I guess their medium jaw, and this opens and closes. It's about the same weight as a rigid. It works as good as a rigid. Mine just walked on me. I don't know if I lent this to somebody or what I did. It walked on me, so I got another one here. If I could get the packaging off here. Of course, I didn't bring nothing with me to get the packaging off. It's in my car, but I don't want to go get it. I'm being too lazy. Typical man thing. Okay, we'll cut that off later, I guess. Okay, did I get it off? And here's the ball here. The only thing I didn't like about this tool, I forgot to discuss, is it falls out. So I had to do something on this side, put it in the vise, flatten it out, something so it doesn't fall out, because I like it to stay in place. I don't want to lose this piece. So I remember that now. This jaw is definitely the right size to going underneath sinks and stuff. Yeah, the Tecton 1 3/8 inch. That's the maximum size you would use for the nut, I believe, to grip here. And it works and looks a lot like the rigid. I have no issues with it. I've had the rigids for ages until but mine was the bigger one. I wound up getting the smaller one because it fits better underneath the sinks, especially bathroom sinks where I don't have any room to work with. It's called a basin wrench. That's all it is. I'm not sure you guys want to see it, but I want to include in the video because it is a handy tool. It's a nice tool to have, and it's definitely worth the money. About $22. Okay, it works great. If it didn't work, I still have it. This is the new one. Okay, this one says 4 times the power, 6 times longer life, and I'm going to believe that because this is not dead after 4 years. They got some really great M12 systems, and Milwaukee's been outdoing themselves to the point now they have stiff competition from other manufacturers in M12, 12-volt systems. Okay, because people don't always need that heavier stuff. I got a guy who I'm working with right now. I really don't worry about boxes. Okay, is that it? There we go. That should be it. I'm more worried about the two. Everything else I don't care. Oh, it came with a little blade. I've never seen one that small. Might get into tight spaces. Came with some paperwork. Maybe some of you would be interested in actually reading the box, so I'm going to try to help you out there. Oops. Okay. Let me see if they changed anything on here from the previous one. Honestly, it looks exactly the same. They might not have a Gen 2. This doesn't say Gen 2 on there. I'd have to look up the numbers on here, see if I can find numbers on here. This one says 2520-2, which is exactly what that says. The new one 4 years later. So this tool is so good they haven't had to change anything. Maybe the grip a little bit has changed, which I've seen that in some of the M12 systems. Length of the shoe is about the same. Everything else looks the same. Check the weight real quick. Unscientific. This has a battery on. I'm wondering why it's heavier. This one is lighter. The new version is lighter. This one here, the old one, and I'm not sure about the new one. I think the M18s were an inch and 5/8, 5/8 of an inch travel. The M18s might have been 3/4 of an inch travel. So you're getting a slight difference when you're cutting. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes I see people use with these guys is they basically have the material and the blade going like this, and they're wondering why it ain't cutting efficiently. Both the material and the blade should be steady, probably against the shoe here, so the blade can do its job. Okay, so you don't want to make that particular mistake. I've lent this tool to everybody I work with, and over the past 4 years, they've used it, and I had it once in water where I got it soaking wet, and I wound up killing the battery, which thank God I didn't kill the tool. And now what happened was, apparently I didn't oil it enough, the chuck, and it got frozen in there, the blade. I had to cut the chuck out to get it, and you'll probably see that in the beginning parts of the video where I put that in, because this should probably be the final part. So I had to kind of break it apart, get it out, see if I could put a new one in there. It wound up being too much of a pain because this shoe didn't come out. It stays put, and I didn't want to take the tool apart to go crazy right now. So I might just keep this for memories and parts, and in case I need parts for me or for this one. But that's about it. It's not staying in the car. It's going to go in a bin somewhere. Very, very happy with this tool. It's done the job all the time. Most of the time I wind up just using the higher teeth electrical blade. I usually don't use lower count teeth with aggressive design for cutting wood, because it usually doesn't help me very much, because these blades are so thin they tend to cut pretty fast. Okay. So let's see what this blade is. This is a bimetal blade. It says Hackzall. It says it's multi-material. Okay, I'd rather get a real blade, put it on there and test it for you. But so my biggest mistake here was I did not oil this piece here enough, and I wind up killing the old tool, because now I can't even get a blade in and out of there, and I couldn't change the chuck on there. They do sell the chuck. It is available. It was, when I called Milwaukee, it was the cheapest price was from them. It's actually $16, and probably plus shipping, I don't know. But that was a good price. Amazon had it for 20 something plus shipping, maybe $25 in that neighborhood plus shipping. I think I put the description of the proper description for the chuck, so in case you want to get one, you can get one. But I'm gonna tell you, it was a real pain. You guys will see that getting in and out. I'm gonna see if I got something here to cut. See if this blade, I'll get a better blade here. I'll cut it for you, just real quick. Travel looks like more than 5/8 of an inch. Let me check this one out. 'Cause this one looks like about 3/4 of an inch. That's what it looks like. 5/8. Could have my information wrong. About the same travel. But you notice you can go nice and slow, so if you're starting out your work, you don't have to gun it. So that's nice. I like the variable speed on there. You got a lock, so it locks it so you can't use the tool. It has to be fully pressed in, because on the other one you can go halfway on this one here, but this one it just seems you go one way completely. Again, I did not have a problem with the motor at all, even though I got it soaking wet one day. I killed the battery. So that was very, very good. It means they did a lot right in Milwaukee. The last 4 years, excellent. Let's get a better blade here and cut a piece of pipe and see what you guys think. So give me a second, alright? While I pause the video. Okay, I got something set up here. This is the Lennox Blade. It is not a bimetal blade, not strictly for metal. This is a generic blade. It says wood, metal, and plastic. Okay, the teeth are kind of aggressive, and it's a little bit wider than I'm used to. I like the thinner ones better. This is a piece of 1/2 inch black iron pipe. What you just saw there was the red link system protecting the tool. Okay, again, this is not a real metal blade, which I prefer, because they tend to cut metal and wood just fine. They're usually a hair thinner. There was no slowdown or speed up on that part of the video, or any part of this video. It's pretty thick, good, almost 1/4 inch thick, maybe about 1/4 inch thick. The wall on the pipe, so she's not that thin. I don't know if you guys can get all of that. I can't tell. A little warm. Well, you did. I don't know if you guys, they didn't, because the lights on this side, they have 4 lights indicating how much power you got left on the battery, and when it locks the motor out like that, it's protecting the tool from overheating or overuse. So I was pushing a little bit on it, just to see how fast we can get through there. This little guy can do 1.5 inch pipe, no problem. It's going to take a little bit longer than, per se, a plug-in demolition sawzall. This is a hacksaw, so it isn't quite the same thing, but the standards that this is built to is incredible. Okay, other things you can do is you can actually take the blade out. They go in here and they're very thin, they're very small, and they're made for cutting, like in wood, where you would cut grooves in circles, which is what I'm going to use on my bench. I made a computer desk, which probably going to be in my next video. And while I'm making that desk, I got to round off the edges because I didn't do it before I put tape together, so novice me. Either way, if you're interested in this tool, you're going to have no issues as long as you get the fuel. If you're going to get the 18 volt, make sure it says fuel in the back. Make sure you pay those extra few dollars, because that's what you're paying for use. You're a plumber, a carpenter, whatever you are that you do, a repairman, a handyman, or a contractor, yeah, get the fuel. Okay, would I even suggest a non-fuel? I would not. Okay, I'm just being honest. Get the right stuff, but don't get it all. Especially if your livelihood depends on your tools. Okay? Hands down, from a man who's been using Milwaukee tools for M12 system fueled tools for over 4 years, yeah, this is the way to go. There's no better system on the market today. One, again, might be better for you if it has certain features that you need or you want for your field. Other than that, this is the best system that I can see, that I found. I'm very, very happy with it 4 years later. All the experiences I have with it are great. I don't use the 1.5 or 2.0 amp hour batteries. I use the larger ones, 3.0, 4.0. They do make a 6.0 amp hour battery now for the M12 system. It's been out for a while, maybe over a year. I haven't got them. They're kind of expensive. I don't need them. I just get a bunch of these, and I'm happy with that. And I like the idea you can stand your tools up, your drill, your hacksaw, whatever it is. Okay. Any questions you guys got for me on this tool, just let me know. Put in the comments and I'll be glad to answer your questions. You will not go wrong with Milwaukee M12 fuel system, I promise you.